noticed how you keep reacting the same way, even when a part of you already knows it's not helping? You can see it happening in the moment, and still you go right back into it. And afterwards, there is that quiet thought: why did I do that again? It can be tiring and frustrating. The thing is, you can't really move past trauma if the same patterns keep showing up. It's not because you're not trying hard enough, it's because those patterns didn't just appear out of nowhere. They were built over time, usually when you were much younger, when you didn't have the choices or awareness you have now. And back then, those reactions actually made sense. They helped you deal with things, help you stay safe, help you manage your task. A lot of it is learned in ways you don't even realize. You watched how your parents and significant others handled stress, emotions, conflict, how they avoided things or reacted to them, and your system just absorbed it without needing an explanation. It just became familiar. And now, years later, your mind, your body keep going back to those same strategies, even though they're not helpful to you any longer. I remember working with someone who carried a lot. Honestly, it felt like he was holding not just his own pain, but the trauma of the whole family that had been passed down for generations. Early in his life, he found a way to cope with alcohol, his own prescription for anxiety and stress. He would meet a friend and drink from 6 p.m. every day. Same time, same rhythm. And it was his way of switching off, of not having to feel what was underneath. And it gave him short term relief. But what helps you survive at one point in your life doesn't always help you live later on. And when he got married, the same pattern didn't fit anymore. The relationship broke down. He would often say this was because of his trauma, his family history, and he wasn't wrong. That was part of it, but it wasn't the whole picture because the pattern itself had become fixated. There was no alternative. The 6 p.m. routine wasn't just a habit anymore. It was something his system depended on. He even went to rehab for 60 days, did everything that was expected, stayed away from it. But when he came back, he relapsed and went straight back into the same pattern. And this is the part people don't understand. You can't just remove something like that and expect everything to change because when you take away something that has been regulating someone for years, you're not just removing a habit, you're removing a support system. And the system still needs something in its place. We came together and started a new partnership to regulate his life. We started a life changing therapeutic program, the Work Within, 365 days of inner work beyond trauma. Just rehab and weekly therapy sessions are not enough to deal with addiction. Unlike many others, he was conscious and aware of everything about himself, but he struggled to go beyond his awareness. He needed strategy for inner work, evidence based daily work. So instead of trying to get rid of the pattern completely, we started building something new alongside it. Very small things at first. Mindfulness, sitting with himself for a few minutes without escaping, noticing what was happening in his body. Simple therapy exercises, journaling, reflecting, and then coming back and talking about it. So there was some structure and accountability. He started creating a safe place for himself. And his wife watched from distance and finally decided to return to him. It is indeed a work in progress. And that's really what this is about. You don't change by deleting the past or forcing yourself out of what you have learned. You change by building something new alongside it. Because if you keep chasing quick fixes, you usually end up back in the same place, same reaction, same outcome, same frustration. And real change doesn't feel like that. It's slower, quieter. Sometimes it just feels like staying a little longer in a moment you used to escape from, or choosing something slightly different even when it feels unfamiliar. Over time, that becomes something not all at once, but steadily. Sometimes it takes 365 days of showing up in small ways, not perfectly, but consistently enough. And if you have been feeling stuck or frustrated with yourself, or wondering why you keep repeating the same patterns, it's not because there is something wrong with you. It is because your system is doing exactly what it learned to do. And the real question is whether you're willing to start building something new alongside it. And if you are, stay with me. I will walk you through it. Thank you.